Are you looking to learn more about your spiritual journey? Are you on a healing journey? Have you tried conventional ways of healing but didn't get the results you desired? If so, this podcast is for you. My name is Reverend Dr. Jackie Cope, and I'm a metaphysical minister, intuitive guide, and teacher. Here at Raven Rabbit, we believe that your ancestors, spiritual guides, and divine self are ready and eager to help you heal and prosper. We approach life, healing, and happiness through a holistic, indigenous spiritual lens to create the lives we want. Join me to radically change your life today. Hello, and welcome back to the Wellness Studio podcast. This is the third and final episode of our Wellness Case File series here with Leo. Over the last two conversations, we've walked with Leo through the problem of anxiety, burnout, and the darkness that felt consuming. Then we entered the turning point, the surrender, the moments of walking straight through fear instead of around it. And today we arrive at the transformation, but not as an ending, as a new way of being. Leo, as we come to the close of this three-part journey, I want us to start real simple. So, how do you feel right now?
I feel amazing.
That's great.
Yes. Yeah.
What has it been like to reflect on your life over these last few episodes?
It's been so valuable for me. It's like mm, I think I said that yesterday also, that it really feels like, I'm coming back to the basics in a way. Like, this is how it began, and I really got more clarity on it,
Hmm.
because I kind of was, when I'm looking back, from my lens today, it's like, okay, so now I see even more clear what actually happened, and I can implement that even more in my life today. So I really been, yeah, it's really been with me all of these days.
That's beautiful.
Yeah.
So, when you look back at what you once called the problem, I'm not even sure if you would call it that, but how do you see it now?
mm, yeah, you're right. I'm not calling it a problem. I call it a blessing.
Hmm.
Yeah, like everything, all of these, challenging moments and periods of my life, and everything that I've been through, like tracing back all the way to, childhood, and everything that's been, I can really see how important that was for my growth and for my evolution, and so I don't want anything to be changed.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I love that because it's like you finally have gone all the way through it when you kind of go back and you have gratitude for it rather than other feelings of anger or resentment or holding a grudge. A lot of times, like I think, I'm trying to think like the way my mom raised me or my dad was like, just forget about it type of energy and it won't bother you. Oh, well, I just don't think about it. Like that's not healing it either, like acting like it didn't exist. Like coming through the other side and having gratitude for it is really like the ultimate healing of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I really noticed it reminds me of, I can take this one. It's quite a powerful one. Like, it was not so long time ago actually. Uh, it came up, the theme of regret,
Mm,
and I was asking myself, like, like, is there something that I'm regretting, and then it came in, this time right there before I became a parent, and I was kind of like tuning into, like, how would my life have been if I would have left Jesse back then, like, because it
mm-hmm.
was it was quite turbulent back then, like our relationship was very turbulent, and we didn't know if we would stay together or not.
Mm-hmm.
And it was almost like that we lived in Germany at the time. It was almost like I was like, okay, I'm going back home to Sweden. Like I'm
Mm.
done with this so many
Yeah.
times. And in the middle of that, we got pregnant,
Mm.
and that changed everything. And suddenly, like, oh my goodness, we will have a child. And I think I shared a little bit about this, like how
Mm-hmm.
it really helped us to ground. But the point of what I'm telling now is that sometimes I've had this like, okay, well, how would my life have been if I wouldn't have become a parent then? And because I have so much I would like to, offer the world and share. It's like so much I want to do actually, and I felt quite limited as a parent. Often it's like, okay, but I just need to let go and scratch that. Like there is no time for it.
Yeah.
So, mm, so here. I was like kind of allowing myself to feel regret for that whole thing, for like
Mm.
for becoming a father, of like of being with Jesse, like even though that's not true, it's like I really love everything, like it's the most beautiful blessing ever, but our bodies might still carry some of that, like regret can still be in our bodies.
Yeah.
So I was writing it out. I was writing, journaling, like, and I was just crying, 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 like for 10 minutes,
Mm-hmm.
like all the regret that I felt connected to that chapter, and what could have been, and the beautiful thing about that was that, after that cleanse, I just felt so much love in my whole being. It was like a block of something that I had been carrying inside of me, that like, that was finally released, which
Mm-hmm.
led to that I could be so much more present with my children after that,
Mm-hmm.
and so much
Absolutely.
more present with Jesse. It's like our relationship has improved so much since then, because I was allowing myself to feel the regret that was there, like the raw emotion that I carried, and I almost felt guilty. Before that, I could like feel guilty for like me wanting to be somewhere else, and so I
Mm-hmm.
was almost shaming the regret. But this time around, I was allowing it fully honoring it, fully like welcoming it, like you're welcome to be here, regret, and then
Mm-hmm.
and then it could release, and that kind of I almost see it like it's so clear, like in my relationship with Jesse, that if there is something in the way, it's almost like we have a glass in front of each other. And if there is stuff laying in the way that is unspoken or unfelt, it's almost like becomes like dirt on the glass. So our
Mm.
connection is not as pure. We cannot see each other as well. It's like our stuff is in the way.
Mm-hmm.
And it felt like the glass got so much cleaner after that.
Yeah.
And then attraction happens by itself. It's like suddenly, the connection is there. So that's something I really learned once again from that experience.
I love that you share that because a lot of people go through that. Like you have kids or get married, and what you had planned changes, obviously so.
Yeah.
But like you kind of have to go through a grieving process, and it could be, yeah, regret. And then you could feel shame for that. Like, I should be
Mm.
happy. I have these beautiful kids. I have this
Yeah.
partner. I shouldn't feel these things at all. But like, you have to grieve what you thought you were going to do, what future you thought you were going to have,
Yeah.
whether
So
it's planned or unplanned.
yeah, it's such an important like it's a natural grief that we need to
Mm-hmm.
feel, and it can be in many different areas, like when something happens and we like, yeah, we just have to, you know to meet what is. And especially with parenting, it's so clear, like when we become parents, we have to let go of our old self, you know. Like
Yeah. And I
we are birthing a new us through birthing a child.
exactly. And even if it's planned, like you knew, because I knew like I want to get married, have kids, and that's planned, it might not go as expected. And that could have a grieving process as well. Like my son is
Mm,
diagnosed with autism, so it's like a whole
mm,
different set of obstacles, a whole different way of doing things that we didn't plan to be doing things like that.
mm.
So you still have to go through that. I think what you're explaining, that same process, whether you plan to have the kids or not.
Yeah.
So, from everything you shared, what has shifted most in your daily life? Like how you meet anxiety, or how you respond to fear, or how you show up as a father and partner?
I have something like connected to what we just talked about. We can if we can bounce
Oh,
that a little
yeah.
bit first,
Oh, yeah,
because
definitely.
it feels very alive, and it probably connects to your question now also.
Yeah.
And that is to like I think I shared that also the first in our first session together, but
Mm-hmm.
that this example of parenting, like that is really what awoke me, you know, like
Mm-hmm.
that I had to change. Like before that, I could still hide, I could still numb myself, you know, like it was because there was space for it somehow. Like somehow I didn't have to change, but when I became a father, I simply couldn't, and like it was so obvious when I was not there, when I were absent in myself, when I were somewhere else, like than actually being there with my child. It gets so obvious. Our children are such clear mirrors. And so what I would like to just point out here is that there is some kind of higher plan for us. And how I see it is that every single moment, everything that happens is perfect for
Yeah.
for our growth, especially the challenging things. So you mentioned like your son has autism, like that is a big one, you know. It really means that you need to meet a lot of things inside of you, which is actually, yeah, fuel. We talked about that. It's fuel for our liberation. So we have to let go of our of the little me, you know, that was that previously has been running our life, like the little me, and who wants a lot of things. I want this. I like we have this idea of the of our perfect life, how it should look like, and sometimes life comes in and like completely smashes that picture, and then we're like we need to face that what is there. So so yeah, it's such a powerful journey, and I guess all of us we get our like our unique set of challenges and that we have to face in life.
Yeah.
But
Ab-
what is common for all of them is that they all of them are an invitation to come closer back home to ourselves, to shed
Mm-hmm.
layers so that more truth naturally can emerge.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Does that make sense?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I think that was a good way to finish that part
Hmm, perfect.
of the question from before. But I still think we could talk about the other question, which is what has shifted most in your like day-to-day life
Hmm.
now?
Um, yeah. I was really reflecting upon this also. I would say a sense of ease,
Mm-hmm.
a sense of curiosity and wonder.
Yeah.
It feels like it feels more more open somehow. And I had so something I haven't shared yet with you was that I mentioned that I was burning out for the third time, and then I started this liberation practice of using every moment of life as an invitation to let go of my stuff. And
Yeah.
I did that for like half a year, and it was very challenging, and also, you know, very opening and so on. But I it was so clear, like after a certain amount of time, it's almost like I instead of being so focused, it's like I see it almost like we are leaning forward and we're seeing like the problems in our life, and we're seeing like the current circumstances that we want to change and fix, and we're controlling and fixing. We're like leaning forward, and we're so engaged with our thoughts and what we're feeling and what is happening around us, and thereby we lose ourselves. We kind of jump out of our own seat, like the seat of self, like
Mm-hmm.
that pure awareness that we are, who is just watching, who is noticing, experiencing what we are experiencing, but who is like, who is just eternal. It's just a space that's always been there, like a sense of stillness, a sense of peace that's always been there, just watching, and it has never changed. But we're this consciousness that we're watching what is happening, and but also we are losing ourselves in it. So we forget who we truly are, and we get identified with, you know, with these identities and these beliefs that we have about ourselves and about the world, and we identify with our thoughts. And so where I want to go with this is that uh, like what happened during that period, but what I started practicing was to lean back
Mm-hmm.
and just allow life to be as it was, and fully trusting that, yeah, life is doing a way better job healing me and aligning me to where I'm meant to go than what me myself can. So I started to lean back, and I started to just watch with wonder what was unfolding. So around 6 months in, really started to notice a shift. Like it happened gradually, but I almost didn't notice until one day I was in the mountains. We had been celebrating Christmas up north here in Sweden, a lot of snow, and
Mm-hmm.
and we were there with the family. And on the way back, I was driving the car, and I just noticed like this blissful energy flowing through my being. And I had felt that before, but this time around I was really like paying attention to it. Like, what is this? And then I just noticed that it just continued to flow, like the whole journey, the whole car ride. I was just blissed
Mm-hmm.
out the whole those 7 hours when I was driving the car.
That's a long time.
Yeah, and then we went to bed. We came home, and the next day I was just, oh my! I just felt this bliss,
Mm-hmm.
and it just continued. And I was like, what is this? It felt like it felt like I was connected to source in a way. Like, this
Mm-hmm.
is pure life force energy that I'm
Yeah.
experiencing. And I just felt love. And I mean, I was mentioning for you, I was sitting on the balcony, and I was like just blissed out, like, because like that energy, it just came from inside of me. It had nothing to do with the outside, with the external stuff that was going on. This came from
Yeah.
inside. So it really felt like, ah, wow, this is my inner sun that always shines, but before it had been clouds blocking it, and resistances. Like like subconsciously I had been blocking this flow because I wanted something else. Like the mind and the ego was there, like disturbing it. But as I had been practicing just leaning back, then these layers started to move and disappear, and then what was left was this just pure flow. So that changed everything.
Yeah.
Like since then, it's like this is what I've been looking for, like my whole life.
Mm-hmm.
Like with everything, every attempt, everything that I had been like, if I just get this job, then I will be, then I will
Yes.
be happy. Or like if I could just live at this place, or if I would have this amount of money, then I will be happy and safe and so on. And I realized like all of these attempts was actually just to feel this, what what I'm actually feeling that we have inside of us all
Mm-hmm.
the time.
Yes.
So wow, that was profound for me. And I can also say that it hasn't continued all the time. Like as I said, it's like we are like leveling up. Like it is like new sets of challenges that we have to face and meet. So sometimes I lose this connection, but I really got reminded of it now this last days here of like, yeah, this is it. Like it's so simple. It's like, if I'm just leaning back, and if I'm just allowing life to be exactly as it is, like honoring it fully, just like, thank you, life, exactly. I prefer life to be exactly as it is. And then, like, I lean back and watch this, all these voices of my conditioning speaking, and, like fears and like subtle resistances. I'm like, I let go, I relaxed. And then I start to feel this, like, again, like, it's right here. This fountain of pure life force energy is right here.
Yeah.
And then
You
when I'm
said
in
so
that,
much.
yeah, and so the effect of that is like, I don't need anything. Like it's like I don't need anything to be different from what it is, which
Yeah.
allows me to be fully here, fully present, fully connected. I can play, I'm back in the game of life. Like, ah, how can I serve this moment? Like, so it's like everything becomes like a flow because there is no attachments to any outcomes. So I'm open. So life can really, flow through me, and I really feel that, in connection with my kids, for example. Like when I am in this kind of state, then I'm just enjoying every single moment, and it just happens by itself. It's like it's just so much fun, and like, it's just a sacred dance. The whole day becomes like a dance, a flow, and
Yeah.
a co-creation with the beauty and magic of life that is right here.
That's beautiful. I think you described presence like to a T, being present. And then,
Yeah.
so you said so much. There were so many things coming to me, and I was thinking about like when you were explaining that tunnel vision of like, so many people do that. They are just
Yeah.
so focused on like, wake up, go to work, take care of the
Mm.
kids, take care of the house, work out, go to bed, do it again. And we are just so stuck in this, and we miss everything around us.
Mm.
And we don't, and anything that does happen to us is an inconvenience because we're just trying to do whatever it is our mind's focused on. And we're only looking straight ahead at that one thing. And I love
Yeah.
how you explain, like, you pulled yourself back and out so you could see so much more.
Yeah. Like instead of just seeing this one door, like we like, oh, this needs to happen. Oh, and we're really trying to control and fix and even manipulate objects and people. Like we're saying things because we want people to behave in this way so that it matches this particular door. It's got like really this tunnel. But when we lean back and when we zoom out and when we see the bigger picture, then like, oh my God, there's so many doors. Oh, whew. It's like
Yeah.
infinite potential here.
That to me is the matrix. That's explaining it on like a human level of the matrix is you're plugged in and you're only doing that one thing. And then when
Yeah,
you unplug it, look at all of the possibilities.
yeah.
Hmm.
So then it
And
gets
then,
like it gets way more like we have no idea what that means, to live from that place of like full trust and full openness. Like it, we believe we know how we want life to be, but oh my goodness, like we cannot even grasp what is happening when we start living from that place.
And then the other thing you described was like what some people might refer to, and it could be different for everybody, but that Kundalini rising, that feeling that went from the bottom up and it goes through your spine, or Phoenix rising. Like there's many different ways. You said it just felt like pure life force energy. Could just be that too, but some people experience that and then don't know what it is. And then they don't know how to get it again
Hmm.
because sometimes the universe just gives us little drops of like, look what you could feel. And then, but you
Yeah.
don't know how to do it. But like, we're able to cultivate that.
Yeah, I think for me it was so helpful because I mentioned I'd been listening to Michael Singer. He talks about this very clearly.
Hmm.
And he has his books, for example, The Untethered Soul. It's amazing. And also the surrender experiment is his like personal surrender experiment. He's been doing this what I'm describing right now. He's been doing that for 55 years, I think, by now.
Wow.
It's like he so he really knows his journey. So he explains it so clear, like that is what we are. Like
Hmm.
it says Satchitananda is Sanskrit for conscious eternal bliss. Like that is what we
Yep.
are.
Hmm.
Now, and that is what like we're just bound to go to that place if we just have the courage to let go, like to let go.
Hmm.
Then we're just bound to go to that place. So I kind of I knew that I'd heard him say that so many times, and and so then when I actually started to experiencing a little bit of like I guess I still just experienced a little fraction of that. I have no idea what it like. The journey just continues, right? But
Hmm.
when I started to experience this, then like okay, this is what happens, you know. So I knew what it was, so that was very helpful.
I'm surprised you don't experience it a lot with music because a lot of people feel their connection with that. They have it happen during music and songs. And
Yeah,
for
but
me, I
I
feel it for yoga. That gets it going for me.
mm, yeah, like you're right. Like we all I think we all have our certain channels where that could happen, you know. And for me
Yeah.
music definitely I knew that feeling before, so it was not that this
Yeah.
was new for me.
Oh,
I
okay.
had
It's
I had
just in a
experience.
different lane, in a
Yeah,
different way.
I had experienced glimpses of that like already probably 10 years ago. Like I had those, you know, peak moments.
Hmm.
But what was different now was that it was just there all the time, and it was not
Mm.
connected to a certain activity or, you know, certain circumstances. Like it was that all the time. It didn't matter what happened. You know, sometimes I could be there. I was like I was in this flow of energy,
Yeah.
and then I could notice a thought. Like I remember one instance. It's like I think I ended up on Facebook, and then I saw another guy who is the same age as me, and he's, you know, for some reason I have this comparing energy going on when I see him. Then I kind of compare myself, and I my old like
Mm.
my conditioning or the little me, the little boy in me is like, oh, I'm not good enough. And then so I could almost see that thought coming, like I am not good enough. And I saw him, and so and then I in real time I felt how this fountain was closing off.
Mm.
Like this.
Yeah.
And I was like, no, I am not going to allow this this little thought to take away this peace from me right now. And I was like, let it go, and then went back up again, and so um, yeah. Why am I saying that? It's because uh, it's yeah, it's like work, like it's something we consciously need to work on, and you know we need to kind of train our nervous system that it's safe to let go, and we still need to work with the conditioned mind, and it's like the healing continues.
Yes. I'm glad you clarified that it's yeah, you can feel it through your activity, but for you it's so different because it was now more daily.
Yeah, I was like, it didn't matter what I did. Like
Yeah.
one time I was changing the tires of like from winter tires to summer tires on the car, and
Yeah.
then for some reason it got stuck, like I couldn't get the
Mm.
tire off. And my dad happened to come by, like yeah, he came by to help me or something. And I remember I was just he came in and he was like, oh no, and it came in with some kind of problem mindset. And I remember I was just like, for me it didn't matter at all. It's like, oh, exciting, I get to go to this place and get help from someone. And then I went to that place, and it was this huge guy, this place where they're changing tires. This huge, really big guy, and I
Hmm.
just said like, yeah, hey, could you help me with this tire? And he's like, yes, I will fix this. And then he took this big, like, I don't know, maybe it's called sledgehammer or something, and then it's like there you
Yeah.
go. And then I said, oh, thank you so much. And I was like, okay, so how much should I pay you? And he said, what did he say? He said, it's on me. God bless you, brother.
Oh.
And I just saw like this spark in his eye. I was like, oh my God, it's God communicating with me through his eyes. But oh my God, what a beautiful eye. And just that meeting with him was so beautiful. Like, it made my day. It's like, oh wow, like I got to meet this big man and meet God through him. It's like, so life is miraculous. I really lived. Yeah, so it's like to really live in that energy of like everything is a miracle, and it's like, oh my goodness, thank you, life.
Yeah. I love that you share that story and that one thing our spiritual center says is that God is all of us. Like when I look at you, I see God. And that is the perfect example of that when you saw him
Yeah.
within that man. And to turn, so something similar happened to me as I was out at the Navajo Nation. So you're out on the reservation and it's pretty rural. There's not a lot out there. And the trailer and the tire, like the fell on top of the tire. And I
Mm.
just totally broke down. And I was pretty calm about it, but I was out in the middle of nowhere and I was part of me was like, okay, this is a good thing because we're gonna find a guy out here and it's my misfortune is his blessing. Like he gets to come out and work today and do what he
Mm.
does best because this is his thing. And sure enough, I was able to find somebody to come out and help me. And I was so thankful. And again, it was like a really big guy too. And I was like, thank God he's here. And he came so fast and he
Mm.
made me feel so good, even though it was not a fun day for me. It was a difficult day.
Mm. Yeah.
But a lot of people don't look at stories like not being able to get the tire off, breaking down as like something really terrible.
Yeah. Yeah, and I fully get that, and I really know that. And it still
Yeah.
can happen today. It's like, it's not that I really want to emphasize that it's like, yeah, we have spent a whole life programming ourselves to kind of be in this way. Like we see everything through good and bad, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like
Yeah.
it's so ingrained in us, so that we like, yeah, like it's easy to forget and to lose ourselves, and like, but it's I guess we are like mirrors, and it's beautiful. So in the same way as Michael Singer was helping me, in that transition, like I might help someone today. It's like we are, yeah, we are just mirrors for each other, and that's so beautiful. Like, oh my God, how everything just fits together, and how you like what you describe now of like you experienced this thing, but that actually was a gift for him. Like that was like,
Yeah.
so everything is meant, and it's like, wow, we have each
Mm-hmm.
other. Wow,
Mm-hmm.
isn't that beautiful?
Yeah.
Mm.
All right. So, what old story no longer fits the man you are becoming?
Mm, what comes is, yeah, the story of playing small.
Ooh,
It doesn't fit anymore.
I love that.
Those clothes are too tight for me.
In what way? Can you explain more?
Yeah, it's like it feels like that is like in essence my life journey so far is like that is what it comes down to.
Mm-hmm.
But it really felt as a child, I felt so locked in myself. And I've heard people say that like I could be in the room, I could be there, but no one saw me. It's like I was it's almost like I was invisible.
Mm,
And so it's like that is my life journey in a nutshell. It's like this continuous expansion of like communicating my truth to really allow myself to take space. And I even changed my name to Leo. Like the reason why
mm-hmm.
my name is Leo is because I one day I just started to present myself as Leo, and then I just felt this like this lion power from inside. I could somehow I could take space suddenly when I introduced myself as Leo. I could take space. It was a symbol for me,
Yeah.
and it's like and even though I did all of this work like through it was like first through acting, like I took space on the stage, and I could be I could be loud, I could be whoever I wanted to be, and I worked with my rage and anger, like I was really expressing myself, and then through music and then through vocal liberation work that I guess mainly was because for myself, because I allow myself to voice out my truth, and I've been doing so much work with this, and even today like that that tendency of like I'm I'm playing small like it can still come in. So now when I said
Mm-hmm.
it to you, it's like I'm done with this.
Yeah.
It makes no sense. Like we are not we are here to be ourselves. We're
Yeah.
here to express our truth. Like all of us, we have this amazing gift that is like that just comes by itself if we are just allowing them to. It's like the only one who holds ourselves back is ourselves. And I guess that is what I realized after my third burnout, that the only one who is standing in my way is myself. So what happens if I get myself out of the way, and if I, if I live from a bigger place, if I'm just
Mm-hmm.
if I instead of always satisfying my little me and my needs, I was like I remember I was reading books for my daughter in the evening, but the only thing I could think about was like, oh, when will she fall asleep? Like I need time for myself. I need to
Mm-hmm.
like so I had so much resistance towards being there with her. So
Yeah.
I was reading the book like this. So the rabbit went into the hole again because I really wanted her to sleep. But
Mm-hmm.
she could feel that. She felt like, Papa, where are you? So she started like she was running around. She like did a whole show like because like she wanted to shake me out of
Mm-hmm.
myself. Like she wanted me to be there. So I realized like, okay, what happens if I take that part away from me? Maybe that is an illusion. Maybe that is just stuck energy. Maybe that is like a mental construction of how I believe things should be. Like I believed if I'm just having some space for myself, then I will be okay. Then I can relax. But it's just
Mm-hmm.
a mental construction based on my past experiences. Like that is what a remind is. It's like a computer with this memory base. Like
And it's not
when
even that good.
uh,
And it's not even that good of a memory base.
no,
It'll change it.
yeah, it's so limited and like so narrow-minded, and it's like so I was like, okay, if I'm not acting from that place, and if I'm leaning back, relaxing, and allow all of these energies, like these voices, we have these voices like, no, but uh, I felt that today. I was making a Facebook post in a
Hmm.
Facebook group, and a lot of people were writing like, "Oh wow, thank you so much!" Like something like it helped them in some way. But one person said that like, "Ah, this is AI," like because and it's
Oh,
true. Like I mean,
uh-huh.
it is true because I what I'm doing, I'm recording voice messages. I get an idea, and then I record a voice message, and then I put it into ChatGPT. And it's so
Hmm.
helpful because so ChatGPT is not changing any words. It's exactly my words. I'm really strict with that part. And then,
Hmm.
but I just get help to organize the thing a little bit, like the
Yeah,
text that it comes out, so that the message actually can come through, and so that I don't need to spend hours on a Facebook post
ex
writing. I can just
exactly.
do some minutes, fix a little bit, and then maybe it's like 15 minutes instead of 1.5 hours. So for me it's like it comes from my heart what I'm sharing. But she said, this is AI, and then she was like commenting under the other people's comments like, no, don't listen to this is AI. She was really like writing a bunch of things, and I felt
Yeah.
like, oh, these voices of like, oh no no oh. So I got afraid of like, oh, I'm doing something wrong, and I like, oh, maybe she's right, and maybe it's like I kind of started to lose myself. But all of those voices, it's just survival strategies that I developed and programmed into this computer base, this computer when I was 5 years old. Like when I learned that
Yes.
I need to look what everyone else is doing, and like, yes, if you're saying that, yes, let's do it your way. It's like it's not true. It's just conditioning. So it's like when these voices are coming, amazing. It's like celebrate these voices, like, oh, thank you. Yes. Because what is happening here is that old energies are releasing through these
Hmm.
voices. Like, if we just allow them to be there, then they're releasing, they are letting go. Like that is how the purification process looks like. So we allow the thoughts to be there, and then we just come back, relaxing and ah, letting go. So
Excellent.
that is how my days are looking like. Like pretty much every moment of every day is like, what is this? I feel contraction. It's like, thank you.
Uh-huh.
Mhm. Relax. And I
Yeah,
get
I think
better and better
that's
with it.
that's a really good example what people could integrate in their day to day. I think that's really good.
Yeah.
So if someone listening is in a place you once were, like with the overwhelm, being afraid, burnout, trying to hold everything together, what would you want them to know?
Yeah, I want to celebrate with them, because usually what happens actually is like, when we find ourselves like getting stuck and like, you know and I really think this time, like collectively, we have reached a point where it's like this stuff is like they cannot stay. Like this stuff wants to leave more than ever. So that is why collectively it's so turbulent in the world, because like the shadows are coming up to the light, and it's like, oof, it's chaotic externally, but it's
Hmm.
equally chaotic inside of us. Like these old patterns, these old stories, they want to leave now. And and so if you're feeling that very loud, like, oof, like you it's really painful and scary, and like, yeah, like this is, I get it. Like this is not easy, but I want to offer the perspective of that this is the most amazing thing that could ever happen, because when these voices are getting loud, when we're feeling, these uncomfortable sensations in our bodies, like it means that now this stuff is actually coming up to the surface. I almost see it like ice. There's like big ice cubes, like blocks of ice that we have carried for years, that we have lived our life through. But it's just a bunch of conditioning and fears and trauma, that we have experienced, that we are like living life through, that runs us subconsciously. And now in this time, like these blocks of ice are coming up. And the good thing is that we are not this ice. We believe we are this ice, but we are the sun. We are pure consciousness, the sun that is watching, that is shining our rays of awareness on this ice cube, and
Hmm.
it's melting. The ice is melting right now. So just by changing that perspective changes a lot. So that's what I used to tell myself, back in the days when those days when I was really challenged. I told myself, this moment right now and this pain that I'm feeling is exactly what I need for my evolution as a soul. And with that, something in me was softening, and I went from judging it to be curious about it, like slightly, like
Hmm.
wow. I got like wonders about it, and then that opened me up, and with that openness, then these energies are actually allowed to release. And yeah, I mean, it takes courage. It really
Yes.
takes courage to do this work. It's like it goes against actually what we have been taught and what so many people are saying. Like, yeah, you just need to know what you want, and you need to go for it.
Hmm.
Like you need
Yes.
to, and even with this whole movement of manifestation, like we need to manifest our dream life. We need to do this and this. It's like collectively we really got to that stage of like empowerment. Like I, you know, which is beautiful, which is an essential level, like going from victimhood, which
Hmm.
we have been in so much, and now collectively going into the empowerment phase of like, yeah, I can manifest the life that I want.
Yeah.
And that is all good. It's like, yeah, it's up, we're upping the frequency from that. But there is yet another one more level to this, and that is, to realize that I am not this, I am not this person. I am pure consciousness, and that is what fully liberates us. So that is what I learned, that like it's not my job to figure it out. It's not my job to, like, life knows way better. My soul knows way better what is meant for me than what I ever can. So in those moments when I felt this pain and I really found myself in suffering and in victimhood, I'm like, okay, I accept. It's freaking painful right now, but I'm accepting and I'm allowing this experience to go all the way in.
Yeah.
I I al- I allow myself, basically I allow myself to die here. So it's like,
Yeah.
now it comes this phrase, I guess it's from the Bible. We have to die to be reborn, and that's it, right?
Hmm.
Like we need to allow this illusionary self to die
Yeah.
to be reborn. And I'm not saying that we need to die, that we need to kill ourselves, but we just need to let go. So
Yes.
more and more of us are coming to that kind of, we're done. Like, I'm done suffering. I'm done,
Hmm.
like trying. Like, I just want peace now. I just want to be in peace.
Hmm.
And that is the fuel that we're using in this work. So the people who is ready for this, like, they know, like, if you're ready for this. And that is the most important part, like, that you want to do this. Like, this is more important than anything else. I want to liberate myself.
Hmm. I love how you brought up the ice cube analogy because it made me think of energy is neither created or destroyed. And so the idea of it being an ice block, it then we have to transmute the energy. We're not destroying it, we're not zapping it.
No.
Like it has to transmute.
And how beautiful is that? Like so many of us, right? We are walking. Our days are like ice cubes. It's like we even live in these flats, like very square. Like our life is like squares. But what is happening
Hmm.
now? Like life wants to break that down. And what is actually ice? It's water. Like we're becoming a flow of energy.
Yes. Yeah, it's a
So
really
it's
good
like that
analogy.
that is what life becomes like a flow,
Yeah.
and it's miraculous.
Yeah. So if you could speak to the version of you who felt swallowed by that darkness, what would you say to him now?
I love you. I love you. So you're loved exactly as you are. You
Yeah.
can relax.
Yeah. I love that. I've done that for myself with this since Reiki, just going back and simply that.
Yeah.
Exactly what you said. I love you.
Wow. Yeah. It's so powerful. It feels like it's
Yeah.
just healing the whole timeline. Like, ah, yeah.
Yeah. I agree. I want to encourage more people to do that too.
Mm.
So how can someone find hope without forcing positivity when they're still in that messy middle?
Yeah. What comes to me is like hope is good to a certain extent. So again, it's this empowerment phase or like this motivation phase. Like hope is helpful, but at some time, even hope can get in the way. Because what is hope actually? Hope indicates that there is something that is better than right now. So if something is
Hmm.
better than right now, it means that we are subconsciously judging what is right now. And that is usually what keeps us stuck when we're judging, I shouldn't be feeling like this. No, I should be over this by now. Things should be different. Like it's almost like telling a child, like, I I don't want this anymore. I don't want you anymore. I want you to be different. Like I thought I would be over you by now. Like it would be crazy to tell this to a child.
Hmm.
Yet that is what we're telling ourselves. And by doing that, like that is not healing. That is contracting even more. So that is why we're stuck. So if we are having hope, like, oh, I hope that one day you will be better, like that. So yeah, maybe this is a crazy advice to give, but I can give an example, like just to kind of make the point. I experienced that the other night. I don't know if I shared this with you already, but maybe not in this way. But I think I told you that our son he was puking
Oh, yeah, yeah,
a
that he
lot.
was sick. Yes.
He was sick, yeah. And one of the nights, so we had just cleaned the bed. The bed was clean, like we had fixed everything and changed everything. And then in the night, we really thought he was done puking. But then in the night, it just came more puke, like, over the whole bed. And we didn't feel like, because he was kind of sleeping, so he was just puking out a big pile of breast milk puke like in the whole bed. And and we didn't want it to change everything, so we kind of were laying there this puke because he was sleeping. It's like, okay, let's keep let's let the kids sleep, so we were laying there in this puke, and I was like, I felt so disgusted about it. I felt so much resistance, like, I really wanted the reality as it was to be different from what it was. And and but then I caught myself of like, okay, so what if I allow this experience all the way in. I allow this pain that I'm feeling all the way in. Like I am accepting it fully. I'm letting go. I come to peace with this. Puke. and and then it felt like burning. It felt like it felt like dying. It felt like I was in a bonfire. And after a while, after maybe it was just 5 minutes, I don't know, but it's like it shifted, and then it was just peace,
Yeah.
and that peace just carried on. It's like so I guess that is like that is the, in a way brutal truth. Like,
Hmm.
but maybe there is it's something so it's so powerful. I see this in my clients. You know, when they reach this point, it's like they feel this pain and like the discomfort, and one part of them is just scream like, no, this is wrong, but another part is feeling like, yes, I can
Hmm.
relax. This is the connection I'm looking for. So it
Yeah.
feels true. It feels so true to be connected to ourselves in this way, to let go in this way. So it's like, it feels like being home. Like, yeah, I don't need to run anymore. I don't need to run from my shadow. I can just stop and just embrace the shadow. And by doing that, as I'm embracing it, I'm like offering my light to it, and suddenly it's like it becomes something beautiful, something very sacred. Yeah, I'm laying here in puke. Sacred, divine moments. So yeah, I hope that helps.
Yes. When you imagine your life moving forward from here, what excites you the most?
I'm just excited for every moment. Like what will life offer me? Like what will come? It's like I'm watching a movie, and it's the best movie. Like, oh, this is the best movie of my life because it is my life. And I'm
Hmm.
just sitting there and I was watching, everything that has been so far, and like, wow, what will happen next? What is the next set of challenges that this character, Johannes Leo, will experience? Like, it's exciting. Yeah, that is how I feel in this moment, at least.
That's beautiful. I was going to say puke and all. What comes after the
Yeah,
puke?
yeah.
So, what feels more open now than it did before?
I feel it in my body. It's like, I feel this relaxation in my body. I feel connected. I feel safe. And in that, yeah, it feels like I become almost like an open channel. Like throughout all of these conversations we've had, it feels like I haven't thought a single thought. I haven't been thinking. It's like it just feels like something's coming through, and
Yeah.
that is how it feels to be open. It's like I don't need to think about stuff. I just know what is the right next step.
Hmm.
And in moments when I actually do think, then I realize, okay, I'm actually operating from from my lower part of my being again, and then it's an invitation to to honor that and love that and create some space for that to be felt.
All right. And last question. How do you want to honor or celebrate this chapter of your life?
Oh yeah, I want to drink some tea. I noticed I have some tea here. I forgot. So I want to drink it, and I really want to enjoy it.
Enjoyment chapter. Absolutely.
Yes.
And presence.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, Leo, thank you so much for trusting this space with your story. You didn't come here to perform healing, you came here to live it. We went from, I don't even want to call it the problem anymore, but the past, the turning
Mm.
point, and the transformation. You've shown us what it looks like to walk with presence instead of perfection. And to everyone listening, your life is not behind schedule. Your transformation does not need to look like anyone else's.
Yeah.
And before I end there, I want to ask how, if people are going through this transformation, how can they get in contact with you? How could they work with you?
So I think the easiest way is to find my Facebook page. That is the easiest way. I don't know if you can put it somewhere.
Oh, I'll
Uh,
definitely link it in the show notes.
yeah. So to go in there, like that is where I'm posting more stuff. But I also have an Instagram that also can put. I'm not so active there, but or yeah, or maybe email me. I'm still mm, yeah, I'm still
Very
learning.
nice. So Facebook, Facebook's the best way to get in touch with you. And we'll link that in the show notes. So if you
Yeah,
feel called to work with Leo,
yeah.
check it out. And so we'll be back with more wellness case files and more stories and more conversations that honor all of the sacred work of becoming. Until then, stay present.
Thank you.
Before you go, I want to invite you into something with me. If this episode landed, if it made you think differently, feel something, or see yourself a little bit clearer, go leave a 5-star review. Then screenshot that 5-star review and DM it to me either on Facebook or Instagram. I'm entering everyone who does this into a giveaway for a free mini session with me, and your name stays in until you win. I really want to connect with you, see who's listening, and support you on a deeper level. So go leave a review, DM it to me, and I'll see you in my DMs.